What do people mean when they say the perfect play? Is it just code for a big gain, or is there some deeper, more strategic meaning? I mean, any play can go for long yardage, both through incredible individual effort or horrible defensive execution. Buffalo, I'm looking at you. But the perfect play, it's something else. It takes forethought and planning, setup and execution, misdirection, exploitation. So what exactly is the perfect play? Well, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna tell you it's what the whole video thing is for. Just watch the title sequence. There were a lot of big plays in Chicago last Sunday, most coming from the home team if it wasn't obvious by the 48-10 box score. But as I was scrubbing through the game footage, one play really stuck out to me. It was a Mitchell Trubisky pass to Taylor Gabriel for a 33-yard gain early in the second quarter. I mean, there are bigger plays in the game. Tariq Cohen's 35-yard catch down the sideline, setting up his own touchdown a play later. Trey Burton's 39-yard touchdown grab, no setup required. But the Gabriel play, it grabbed my attention. You know, like a shiny set of keys dangling in front of my face. What? I can't be the only one that works on, right? What, just babies? And Eli Manning? Ugh, that's depressing. At first glance, I thought it was just a broken coverage. I mean, there's always soft spots in zone coverage. But that is really soft. Well, then I had another look. The Bears are in a trips close formation with 3 wide receivers to the right and a tight end to the left. The Bucs are in your standard 4-2-5 nickel, which means 4 linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs, and they appear to be running a quarter-half zone coverage, which is generally the type of coverage you would shift to in the nickel for the trips look the Bears are showing. Look, I can already feel some of your eyes glossing over out there, but don't worry. All this stuff will be illustrated on the screen. You don't have to be super up on your NFL terminology just to follow along. I promise. So, hang in there. Now, there's slightly varying coverage responsibilities in this type of play, but the Bucs are running the fairly standard version where you have the outside cornerback covering the deep quarter, the free safety covering the other deep quarter, the inside corner has the flat, while the strong safety drops into the curl zone. In the middle, you have the Will and the Mike backers, first playing the run, and then dropping into the left and right hook zones to cover the running back release. And finally, you have the slot corner, who's the lone man on the non-trip side. Some play calls have him covering the deep half, but a lot of times he'll just line up in man coverage on the tight end, since that's the only receiver on that side of the formation. Running through the play, everyone executes their responsibilities pretty well. No one's really out of place. There's no broken coverage. No one falls down. No one gets beat like a grade school me on the playground. Oh, come on, man. That's personal. Why is it even in the script? What do you mean I'm the one who wrote it and there's no one else here? Oh, whatever. Instead, Gabriel gets open by design. In fact, this is the perfect play design against this specific defense. It's drawn up to isolate the slot corner on the left side of the offense and force him to cover 2 receivers. If he drops back to cover the deep half, then Burton's left open on the out route. If he drops into man coverage on the tight end, then Gabriel will be open on the deep crossing route for a big gain and potentially a touchdown if the free safety isn't on the ball. And here's the thing, they were pretty sure that slot corner was going to be in man coverage on the tight end. Why? Because the Bears ran a similar formation on the previous drive to set this up, and Tampa lined up in the same defensive formation and had very similar responsibilities. Watch the slot corner here stick to Deion Sims. This tells you that the Bucs like to put their slot corner in man coverage on that tight end versus a trips close look, and the Bears noticed it. It's a concept that Nagy has pulled out versus this type of nickel D before. In week 2, they ran a similar trips formation, only with Robinson on the outside instead of a tight end. The Seahawks played it pretty similarly to the Bucs, and again, Gabriel comes open on the deep crossing route. And I won't go into the result of this play because it hurts my soul, but Nagy clearly keeps an eye out for this type of coverage, and he's got some plays drawn up to exploit it. At the end of the day, the Bucs executed this defense pretty well, actually. Everyone covered their assignments, there were no glaring mistakes, and that's the thing. Sometimes you can do everything right on defense and still get burned. Sometimes there just is no defending a perfect play. Thanks for checking this out, guys. It was just something I wanted to try out. I've never been much of a writer. I think my creative writing professor described my work as clever but amateurish, which, hurtful, but true. I'm more of a visual person. Shocker, I know. So I thought maybe this would be a better format for me to get some ideas about the Bears and football in general out there. I may or may not wind up doing more of these in the future. Depends on how this goes. I mean, if this sucks and no one likes it, obviously I'm not doing anymore. But yeah, if it's received well, I don't know, we'll see. But until then, bear down, everyone.